going on, essays? Just kicking it in the truck here real quick, waiting for the temperature gauges to come up off the pegs, so to speak. For those of you who don't know what that is, you got a bunch of fluids in your vehicle, and the vehicle, whenever it's designed and built and constructed, and the oils and all the other junk in there that's sloshing around and lubricating the works, it's built to work best once it's been warm. So, in my opinion, if you can give the vehicle at least a chance to let the needles come up off the pegs, so to speak, it doesn't take much. Just, see your temperature gauge come up just a scotch. If you have oil temperature, transmission temperature, when you just see those move off the resting pegs, that's really the best. Some of the worst things for a car is like when you first start it up, if you rev it up right away and everything else before the oil really gets a chance to get up to the top. Just a good policy, and it's something that it's worked out longevity-wise from people who have had vehicles that have lasted a very long time, and I'm talking several 100,000 miles. So anyway, while my Silverado comes up off the pegs, so to speak, I wanted to take a moment and talk about some of the other things I have going on. Obviously, I'm on the move because we're fixing to be doing the vacation thing in a couple of days, so I've had to kind of abbreviate when and where I take movies, and just kind of quick little blurbs for me to interact with you guys, which I enjoy very much. The other thing is Josh Galt, in other news, posted a thing about realizing $20,000 in his National Bank of Greece, something I was talking about, the olive oil and crude oil thing. Now, he had stated that he didn't want to talk about it anymore. The deal is done, that's all there is to it. And I think that's unfortunate, because the whole time that he's been doing this Greek thing, because I'm trying to specialize in currency trading, I'm looking at economic news anyway. So a bank stock is one of those situations where it allows a more conventional stock to kind of go across my radar. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time Josh was talking about this Bank of Greece thing, I'm looking at the news anyway, because I'm trying to figure out the euro value, figure out which currency's strong, which currency's weak, and everything else. And I think it's a damn shame that Josh doesn't want to talk about it anymore, because there were what's called fundamental indicators that changed the value of that stock, okay? And so basically what had happened in the immediate, the euro, the powers that be, are looking at Greece, and they think something's wrong. Some key people in Greek finance resign, and it plunges the value of the stock on the short term, right? This is going way back to when it all started. And around about this time is when Josh says, hey, this thing's on my radar, blah, blah, blah. He really did say blah, blah, blah. That's all he said, blah, blah, blah. Because I don't speak Dutch. No, I'm fucking with you. All right. Anyway, fast forward to just recently, Friday, things started looking better. And then Monday, the rest of the news comes out. The euro takes a look at Greece, and more or less, according to the reports, everything's doing fine. Now, on the short term, if you're leveraged up enough, which means if your profits are magnified enough, if your shares are enough, the slightest bit of good news can bump the value in enough of a direction that you actually make good. And it seems to me that's the strategy that Josh had. Now, the downside is if it goes in the other direction, you're still levered up, so losses are magnified as well. So basically, from a fundamental standpoint, it started out, everybody was looking at National Bank of Greece. Even I called it a piece of caca. And so sentiment is piece of caca. Some news come in. You catch the bottom end, what they call support, at the pivot. Good news comes in. Boom. It moves up enough. It doesn't even have to get back to its original value. I mean, that sucker can go up, well, in the case of 20%, that's pretty damn good. But something doesn't need to move a whole 20% for people who are in it in a very big way to make good money. I mean, a 5% move, if you've got, I don't know, in the case of a certain goofball's SLV position, if you've got 60 grand on the line and it comes up 5%, you know, that's $3,000 right there. $3,000 and 5%. All right, so that's what I got. Y'all take care, and there'll be one more video probably about like this, unless something really comes across my plate that tickles my fancy. But yeah, we'll be seeing y'all later.